It was like any other early summer Saturday in Los Angeles, only this one was 101 degrees. I decided to walk to the 99-cent only store on Sunset, the one just south of Thai Town. I only do this twice a year when I need drinking glasses and plates. I am lugging 2 large plastic bags. As I cross Sunset, I schwitz from the heat.
Schwitz.
I turn north up Western Avenue.
Schwitz.
The White Horse Inn cocktail. I continue past the super seedy motels. The Super 8, the Hollywood City Inn, and the really raw Roxy become nightmares. Past Pink Elephant Liquors just north of Russell, where urban legend has it Bukowski got his liquor and smokes. I cut across Franklin Avenue, heading east, heading north on Mariposa Avenue. At 1955 Mariposa, I notice the box. It sits next to a green industrial dumpster in front of a house which is under renovation. Despite being weighed down and sweating profusely, the box beckons me. Even from afar, I can see there are things that need much closer inspection.
All right.
That's ominous. That's
all
ominous.
right. Headphones, Mark.
I got to go to headphones. Is there anything else today, Hunley? Before we get started that we have to do?
Well, while you're putting headphones on, we'll talk it out. Let me see.
I'm going to get a sandwich or?
Yeah, get a sandwich. Why not? All right. While we're here, though, I want to put out, I'm really, really stoked and happy to say that we hit a magical little number, 25,000 subs. I deeply, deeply appreciate it. We will savor this moment. And now, okay, let's get to 30 or higher. Not that we're greedy or anything, but we're greedy. I appreciate it. Look at that. No echo. God, it's miraculous. That's my fault. I should have told him to start.
This now, or?
Of course I feel better about it.
Lower this. How about now?
Sounding good. Sounding good.
Like that?
I like that. I like that.
It's all about you, Hunley. We got to make this comfortable for you.
Yes, we do.
This entire fucking operation is to make you comfortable.
So my Yiddish word of the day is schwitz, is it?
Schwitz is a good one, yeah. Yeah, that's
okay.
Sweating, schwitzing. It's very common. It's your Yiddish word of the day, folks.
If we ever wondered the tribe, we've got there.
If you want to fake your way in, just go to a party and start throwing these words out. You know what I mean? Just like try to blend into Hollywood, just schwitz. And,
yes, and I would truly start confusing people.
Right, that would be odd. There's a guy, I met this guy, and he looks kind of like you, and he starts telling me he has a rabbi, and I'm going, this kind of a rabbi.
He's a cop.
No. That's what I thought. That he had a rabbi as a mentor or something.
Yeah.
Make a long story short, his wife is Jewish. He converted to Judaism. So he has a rabbi, and he's trying to out-Jew me, which is really bizarre. And I'm like, bro, you just got to back off with this Jew stuff.
Oh my God.
It's really awkward. He's telling me about bagels, like the history of bagels. I'm going oh my Lord.
Oh, good Lord. Okay, so this is cool. You just appeared on a little show called InfoWars, and a lot of people are coming in. They're hearing about the JFK. So we're going to do the first episode afterward and have a deeply personal story.
It's not so deeply personal, but it's a good story.
Well, it's deeply personal to Nicholas.
Well, don't mention it yet, but I mean, it is somebody's deeply personal story, and it's really emotional.
Yeah, it definitely looks that way.
Yeah.
So tell us about it. I mean, you gave a little bit. We played the intro. Right. You got a box.
Let me back up about the box, because the box is we'll get into the box, but I need to give you the background of what boxes mean out here. See, people come here from all over the country, all over the world, to fulfill their dreams in Hollywood. And they literally, they'll come from Omaha, they'll come from Europe, they'll come from everywhere, and they have these dreams to make it, whether it's as a Hollywood craftsman or as an actor or a director or a lighting person. And they come here to fulfill these dreams. And it's also a city of broken dreams because most of these people don't make it. And what we see around this town for years are these boxes. And the boxes are people who are not moving to another apartment or another house. They're boxes of people who are leaving behind belongings and going back home defeated and broken. So the box is, it's heavy. It's a weird thing because, and everybody knows it here. This is not a normal place. This is not a normal city. It's got its own weird things. Like, just on a sidebar note, there's a thing called the Couches of Normandy. And on Normandy Avenue at the end of the month, people put out their couches to be taken away by the sanitation department, and mostly Mexican working class people. And they get a new couch and they rent you the couch on a month-to-month basis to live in their house, in their apartment. So this is not involving Hollywood, but it is in Hollywood. There's a lot of subcultures within Hollywood. The couches is a separate thing because these people rent a couch to another recent immigrant and they sleep on their couch and pay rent. So to lure in, and that may be for months, it may be for years. So when they turn over to a new tenant, that you see these couches at the end of the month lining Normandy Avenue that are picked up by the garbage men, which is just a separate subculture note. The boxes themselves, getting back to Hollywood, the art world of Hollywood, these boxes will have unbelievably good things in them. This is not like some sweater in a box. I mean, you'll find DVD players, you'll find books, you'll find CDs all the time. And I, as a curious guy, go through them. And I've gotten great books. I've gotten DVDs. I've gotten DVD players. I've gotten VCRs. I mean, it's endless because they can't take them with them back to Europe or Florida or Alaska or Mexico, wherever they came from. So they leave these boxes, and the boxes are kind of bittersweet because they are somebody's life that is destroyed or in ruins, or, as I said, a broken dream. And so when I came upon this box, I looked at it and it had all these different things in it that were interesting to me. And yeah, like, here's the box. That's actually how we saw this box. This is kind of like the way it was. And if you see on the upper left, that is a Tintin Model T Ford from Tintin al Congo, 1946. That is a collection of cars from the Tintin series. That's worth a lot of money. Which and in here are various things that I took. Now, the Tintin car, Hermé, and all these French items are in here, oddly enough. I mean, this is the actual car, Eric. Here it is. Wow. And this is from 13 years ago, this story. But I've saved a lot of these items to commemorate what I found in there. I found this wallet, the La Sella wallet from Rome, you know, in beautiful shape. And a wallet is usually indicative, I mean, for a guy, of buying a new wallet. But this one was, you know, very expensive and in great shape. And you see some of the books there. For instance, The Man Who Saw Through Time, which is, you'll see in the upper right-hand corner there. And then really of interest to me were those comic books in the back. And those were Fabulous Furry Freak Book.
Yeah, somebody in the chat knew them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they know. These are the Freak Brothers. And you'll see, yeah, there's a spread of them. And those, I have some myself, obviously. But this is what really attracted me. The Gilbert Shelton Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers comics. So I grabbed those. And I just looked around like, is anybody watching? You know what I mean? Because those are great. And, you know, I began to pocket this stuff. And in the box was some DVDs. You know, some of them were commercial. There was one, The Gendarme Retires with Louis de Funès. French comedies. You know what I mean? These were French comedies and DVDs. I watch. I didn't really care about them. But there were also some other DVDs in there that kind of looked like this. They were obviously home movies, You could see these at home with different dates on them. And I took these back. Like here's one that says Los Angeles 2005. It was like 4 of them. And this was from the 1970s, 1973. And on here, you see it says Communion, 1977, different places they visit, 1976, Christmas, 1973, La Vendôme, 1977, Aliante in Spain, 1978. And then camping, you see on the back here, you see, it's kind of cool actually for home movies. 1983, they're in the bottom right, they're in the French Alps. Anyway, so I had just, my mother had passed away and I had transferred our family films simultaneously to DVD. I had just done this. So this was of interest to me because my mother died and we had a screening. I went down to Florida and we had the family over and we watched all these family films. And it was so emotionally heavy. She, not because she had died, but it was just because you get to see, and I'm sitting there with these people who are in the films. They're not even about me, really. I mean, it's just with my uncles and their wives, and they saw themselves, at the age of 25, and now they're 70, Eric. You know what I mean? And they see their lives in the home movies. It was very heavy, and they were crying. I was sorry I even put it on, but it was really worth it, just to see the lives of people. And we all have this. And the home movie thing where you get that syrupy music they put on, Eric. It's
like a Muzak.
Muzak, yeah. Muzak. So what happened was I went home and I put on the DVDs. I put on the first one and I was watching it, and you see this little kid growing up in Christmas. You see them opening presents. I don't know, these little boys, and it's 1973. It's obviously Paris. It's a big apartment, the usual stuff. And I'm watching this going, wow, it's kind of fascinating. And the story advances and you watch him and his brother grow up on film. And I'm going like, it's kind of nice because I just saw it myself and my brothers growing up on film, on home movies. And we all have this. And I didn't know that it was international. I knew all Americans did this, but apparently the French do it, and everybody else does it. But it never really dawned on me. So, I was watching them grow up, and then they go on these vacations and you see them splashing around in the ocean in Marseille. You see them camping, you see them doing stuff. And all of a sudden you see them visiting. They get a little older and you see them visiting the United States. And I went, oh, this is kind of weird. Right. And I'm going like, holy crap, they're visiting Hollywood. Right. And now I'm watching them in Hollywood, but it's like 1997 Hollywood. Right. And this is 2009. So it's about 12 years later, and I'm looking at this going, wait a minute, I lived on that block. I go, no, it was right where I used to live. And it was not far from here. I mean, it's only like, a mile away from here. But it was like off of Sunset, and they're staying at the Sahara Motor Inn where I had stayed when I was visiting Hollywood. I had stayed at the Sahara Motor Inn, and they're inside the room. And, I thought, that's kind of interesting. And they're visiting the United States. They go to like a screening, not inside, they're outside a screening of at Mann's Chinese Theater of LA Confidential. And you see Kim Basinger, AKA Mrs. Alec Baldwin, Eric, and all her blonde glory.
She was beautiful.
Dude, it was in the film. You see her getting out of a limo, you see the lights, and these people are just reveling in it because they've stumbled into a real Hollywood screening, and they're French. And this kid, in the apartment, and when he's growing up, you see, dolls and stuff from Hollywood. You see different little figurines. You see Mickey Mouse stuff in the apartment, and you see some connection to the United States. So you're following essentially a French family, and you're watching the United States and particularly Hollywood through the eyes of a French family. And we could post these home videos on Locals, Eric. You know what I mean? The full.
Sure.
Yeah. We could put them all. We don't have time today to show them all. We're only going to show you some snippets today because there's literally 4 hours of footage, which we'll put on locals for the members, Eric, right?
Yeah, actually, you know what? It's up to you. We can put it on for paying supporters, or we can put it on for everyone if they want to just go to locals and follow and see what it's like there before they decide they want to pay.
Right. Okay. So look, we don't have to put them all up. We could put half behind the wall. And because we'll put up there's some really emotional things on there. But you see this mother, this French mother, doting on her sons. I don't want to tell you the names, but we'll get into it. The mother, you watch her age. The father obviously somehow this is the time when home video is coming out. So the father is the cameraman. And you see him briefly. He's kind of like a roundish guy.
And in reflections, that's always fun to see because you'll see him, like in the reflection or light.
Right. He does appear later on camera because the kid will grab the camera, and you do see him fully, and you see the mother, and later on you'll see a grandmother. But I mean, you really get emotionally involved, or at least I did, even though there's music. But even with the music, there's breaks for dialogue. So I had to sit there with a French dictionary. This took me days of translating the French. And I would stop the video, go back, watch it again, translate what they're saying, and then move forward in the video because I'm a nut. And I want to.
Yes, you are, because I will tell you right now, this is the difference between me and Mark. If you were to invite me over and say, hey, I have some home movies, I would find any excuse. I would say my leg was broken to get the hell out of that house.
Right. No. And most people would, except for me. And like I said, I was fascinated. It was like the Zapruder film for me watching these things. I went with the back and to the left. I translated.
That's funny.
It is strange. Yeah. Back when France's family sees themselves appear on YouTube with Groubert narration. Yeah. Look, that'll probably happen now. They're going to see the videos that they don't even know that I have. But the reality of it is that, watching this family grow up was the same as watching my family grow up. And it's international is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. It's human. The mother was my mother. You know what I mean? He was me. And as they grow up and come back to the United States to visit, I see them older. I see the guy who's now in his 20s, Eric. The guy who's the baby is now in his 20s, and handsome guy. He looks like a cross between Jim Morrison and Joey Ramone. He's got long hair. You know what I mean? He's well built. And I went, oh my God, that's the kid. It's kind of fascinating. And I'm looking at him going, oh, that's how he looked and everything. And okay, so they go back to France and you see more French stuff, right? But now they're grown up and you see him in the background is a figurine of Lucky Luke. Now, Lucky Luke was a French, Flemish, Belgium comic book that they did of Our Old West. So it's the French, Belgium, or Flemish look of Our Old West from their French eyes. And this was a comic book. I did, from the time in France. So they made figurines. And one of the figurines was the star of the thing, Lucky Luke. And it's kind of like, the Tom Hanks thing where they're all the figurines are running around the comic thing that they did. So I'm looking at this figurine in the film and I look over on my coffee table and there it is. I took it out of the box and I went, holy shit, this is getting surreal. I'm watching them in their house with the same stuff that I've now got on my table, Eric. And then a bunch of homies appear and you go, well, what are homies? Well, homies are these little tiny homie figurines. And he had about 24 of these. And they're in the background of his. Yeah, there's the homies. And I still have every single one of them, and
that's your desk, right?
Yeah, I took that the other day. I took about 6 or 8 of them out. Yeah. So I now have these on my coffee table as I'm watching these home videos, and they are in the home videos. Just to say how surreal this is. And there's things like the Crack-a-Jack box that's in there that pops up, and I'm seeing these there. And among other things, is this little blue book, which we'll get to a little later. But the point of the matter is, this guy is now in Hollywood himself as an adult, Eric, and they come to visit him. I don't know if we could show a little video now. Maybe we got some video we could show.
Where do we want to start? You want
to go? No, whatever. It just to give me a couple of snips of what I just talked about. Maybe that would help.
All right.
If that were just like, 30 seconds or 60 seconds of random clips, so I could show the people will see what I've just been talking about. If you could do that.
Yeah.
The early stuff. Right.
So this is them like swimming as a kid.
Yeah, this is in the south of France. This is the two brothers, the mother. That's him, right.
I think it kind of... I love the goats.
Okay, this is in... this is in the mountains.
Just in case, you never know if that music's copyrighted.
Okay, I don't know what that is, but that's the generic music. But you'll see them feeding the goats. This is in the French Alps. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, there he is. There's a lot of stuff with goats. There's the mom. It's really interesting footage. And you see him. If we could jump a little forward out of here to the next location. These are my parents. I don't know how they got in the film. But this is a little bit of village. Yeah. And now you'll see them in their water again. This is more. This is the French Alps. And she's helping him learn how to ski, which is not going very well.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. The parents never ski. They always have the kids up there trying to do it.
Oh, look at him.
That's him at the beginning. Yeah, that's in Paris. Look how cute he is.
Yeah, he is.
Look how cute that face is. Look at that baby face. You could eat that kid.
Okay.
Right. No, I mean that in a loving way. Look how cute.
Oh, there's Dad. Is that Dad?
Yeah. This is 73, Eric. This is the early Paris footage.
Good God, he's my age.
Exactly the same. Yep.
Wow. Yep. I probably wasn't that cute.
This is them opening up their Christmas presents, like I discussed earlier. The two brothers have the same. I kind of pieced it together that the two brothers had the same outfits on. I think they had the same red outfits, and indeed they are brothers. I mean, I find out a lot of this later. Oh, okay. So now, can you blow that up a little bit?
Yeah, it might be a little blurry, but yeah.
Okay. This is when he's visiting. She's visiting him in Hollywood. He's now working as a waiter in Hollywood at a restaurant that doesn't exist any longer on La Brea. There he is. I think it was called Louis XIV on La Brea and Melrose. It's no longer there. But Dad is filming him. It's fascinating, as a waiter in the restaurant working. And he's wearing that black outfit. He's got a ponytail. I mean, look at this guy. And he's starting to look a little emaciated. If you follow along in this story, you're going to see him change. And this is why the story is important. It's not about home movies, folks. Believe me, there's more to this story than I'm letting on. This is, I can't really see where they are here.
It looks like a zoo or a campground or something.
Right. Okay. Yeah. They begin to leave. Oh, they go out to Arizona, Eric. And this is like Yosemite, but they begin to travel around. They go to Las Vegas and they go to the Grand Canyon and they go around as tourists. Yeah, this is them visiting various overlooks.
Okay.
Right.
Here
he is. Here he is again. Here he is. He's
decent guy. Decent looking.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Occasionally they will break through and say, this is where we are or whatever. This is my mom. But there's very little dialogue.
Okay. Well, I've got it muted. So if they did say
right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But she's really loving. I mean, the mom is so loving to her son. It's really heartwarming to look at this. Look at this. Now, I'm going to tell you something, what's going to happen here with this kid. And when you start to see him, we're going to go a little further into this footage, Eric, if you could jump. to Las Vegas. I don't know if you. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So now they go to Las Vegas, where they're going to see their own Eiffel Tower, which must be surreal. But they do go to Vegas. They do the whole tour, New York, and the whole bit. But there's a shot of him, and I think he has bought a Cadillac, an old Cadillac, an '88 model, and he drives. They must have driven to. This guy's doing the complete American trip. I mean, he is becoming a complete American. I as much as a Frenchman can become. He's living in Hollywood. He buys an old Caddy, an old '88 Coupe de Ville is what I think he had. It was in pretty good shape, but
I guess I went too far. I was trying to catch him.
There's a shot of him in the Caddy. When they go in here, interestingly enough, a security guard comes up and puts his hand in front of the lens and tells them you can't film in here, and they stop. They don't know that you can't just film in the casinos. So the guy comes in filming his family. But yeah, this is inside. Let's see where this goes. There's a shot of him in the car that I wanted to catch because it's really interesting.
I might have missed it. I mean,
really?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't play every single bit of it.
No. It's just this Las Vegas segment is all I'm saying. Yeah. Just the Vegas thing.
Yeah, I didn't.
Okay, just keep going. I think you're going to get it by accident here at the end, despite your.
Well, I'm going backward now because that was after.
Oh, there's the man's Chinese. This is the LA Confidential screening. That's great. That's great. Entering Nevada. Okay, that's cool. Very cool. There's the mom. Here's Vegas. Are you going backwards or forwards now?
Now I'm going forward, but
okay. All right, keep going. New York. Cool. There he is. You know, he's got long hair here, so this might not be the trip, but go a little forward. It's long-haired guy.
See, I don't know how long he'd be on it, so if I skip it there, it's already out again.
Okay, so just advance.
Okay.
Advance it. Oh, that's interesting. You ever do that, Eric?
No.
Okay.
Wedding chapel.
Yeah, this is up the 5. Oh, this is in Vegas, I guess. No, this must be up the 5. One of these wedding chapels. Let me see what this. Maybe I could. Oh, that's helpful.
Okay.
It's helpful to me. I mean, I just went full screen for myself.
Oh.
Sahara. Okay, we're still in Vegas, right?
Okay.
He's Hilton. Okay. This guy, whatever he's doing.
That's a bungee
jump off of a tower. Is that a commercial thing or?
I don't know.
That's it. Is this Fire Down Below? This is another movie screening. Fire Down Below. Oh, there it is. There's the LA Confidential screening. Look at the cops and stuff. Wow.
Oh, I wonder if they saw the screening in Vegas or was it?
No. This is Man's Chinese Theater right there.
Oh,
there it is. This is right here. It's funny because like when I looked at this footage the other day, I hadn't looked at it in 10 years, but I looked at it the other day and you know what's missing?
No.
The homeless.
Oh, wow.
There's no home. No. It was startling. It was startling. There's the Holiday Inn. That's right. That's on Highland. It's not the Holiday Inn anymore, but wow. Anyway, so we see this. This is what I described. This is the screening of LA Confidential that they come to. If we can jump a little bit, can you jump a little bit ahead or no? Okay. Oh, here she goes to Marilyn Monroe's mausoleum in Westwood. That's Marilyn Monroe's resting place, by the way. I think he even zooms in. It has the years, and this could be in our Marilyn Monroe episode. We can use this as a teaser in the front. I
know. Comments said that it was too short. So now we can add this, and that'll make it just right.
Right. I guess somebody put flowers there. That's interesting.
Yeah. Dedicated fans.
By the way, you see this cup, Eric?
Let me see.
No, in my hand.
Yeah.
Okay. I got this at the 99-cent store, and that's where the cup came from. Yeah. And I'll just as a side note. Oh, look, Natalie Wood's there too.
Oh yeah, with coins.
Could be an episode. Could be an episode.
Might be a good one.
Right? The three of them. Okay, let's jump out of this cemetery. That's Westwood, by the way. This is Man's Chinese in front. This is the Sophia Loren. All these stars.
Walk of Fame.
Yeah. Oh wow, it's very. Look at this. Somebody's bird got loose. A cockatoo. Okay, we could go past the bird. Let's see.
There's a lot of bird here.
Right, keep going. Forget the bird. Okay, all right. This looks good, hon. Let's go. Look, now we're getting somewhere. Oh, that's right on La Brea. Okay, yep. That's Albert's place, Tijuana Brass. That's his recording studio in there. There's a recording.
Herb Albert?
Herb Albert's place. It was a great recording studio back there. But I've been in that place with musicians. Herb Albert started this recording studio there.
Which label did he start? Was it EMI or?
I forget what the label is, but it's still functioning right now. I mean, it's. I
want to say EMI or something, but I can't.
Yeah, remember. Maybe. I don't know what this address is.
1416 looks like.
No, but I don't know why it's relevant. I can't see what they're focusing on there.
Oh, sorry.
There's a lot of focus.
Welcome to 90s VHS.
Right. Yeah. How about this? Look at this. You know what that was? Blockbuster at one point. Right? There's the Hotel Roosevelt. There's a 7-Eleven.
Ross.
There's Ross's Dress for Less. That's still there, by the way.
Oh,
look
nice.
at this. Oh, now he's getting into. He's starting to shoot some cars, and obviously '97. I was able to follow the story from the dates on the film. That helped quite a bit. God, dude, there's a great Chinese place right there. This is 1996. Oh, I've ordered from that pizza place. This is. I lived across the street from there for a while. I don't know what this airplane or. Oh yeah, it's one of your friends, Eric. One of your military operators. Yeah. Camp Pendleton.
The chat's all whining. I'm getting dizzy. I'm dizzy. Come on, guys. We'll get there. This was
oh, they're shooting out probably the window of the hotel, right?
They didn't have gimbals back then.
Yeah. Okay, so let's advance a little bit now, and look at that City of Lights. Wow, that's impressive. It's kind of like Paris in a weird way.
A&M.
A&M. Yep, that's A&M right there. Wow, look at that. Oh, look at this, Eric. This is this is a car dealership in Hollywood that's got. I take that back. It might be Rent-A-Wreck. You might be able to rent these cars.
Nice looking wrecks.
Wow, look at that. I think that's a DeSoto. There's a caddy. Used cars. Maybe they're for sale. Oh, look at that, Eric. Oh, okay. Now he's living. This is where I was going. Okay, that's cool. He's living. They come back again. He's living in a boat in Marina del Rey, and he's got his head shaved, and he is different than when we first saw him. And if you're living in a boat in Marina del Rey, in our language here, that means you're living in a boat in Marina del Rey and you don't have an apartment. And it sounds very romantic and everything, but it means somebody's letting you live in their boat in Marina del Rey that's docked, and it's a sailboat and you're living on there. So it's not exactly as romantic as you think.
Hang on, I'm trying to load up the second video.
Yeah, because I think it'll advance the story. But what I'm trying to say is you're going to see a guy now who each time the mother comes back, he's beginning to look different and a little bit more debilitated. You're going to see him with his head shaved.
Sorry.
You can play a little French language for atmosphere.
Picolé. Je ne sais pas si tu as été au Picolé, mais bon, moi j'y étais. Il a 135 ans le Picolé.
Okay, so the brother.
Là, qui cherche je sais pas quoi.
just to translate, there's a mom. The brother Pascal is making videos to send to his brother in Hollywood. So he's taking them around the neighborhood, showing them where they live in the 8th. I don't know which month this is, but I think it's the 8th. That looks kind of familiar. So he's saying this is where we grew up. They're moving, so you know, to the French countryside. So they're giving up their apartment and they're moving to the countryside in the storyline.
Like retiring from the city?
Yes. Yeah. The father must have retired. They're giving up their place. And he's saying goodbye, the brother Pascal, to Nicholas, his brother in the United States, saying, this is the church we went to. This is where we grew up. We're going to miss this. I hope you're having a good life in America. You know, he's not able to come back and forth apparently that frequently. So they begin sending him these videos, which I assume are VHS. Here's the inside of the apartment. There's the inside.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, it's huge. It's huge. Oh, it's a bread. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, or a weapon.
I'm sorry.
Oh, look at that.
I mean, this looks like something out of a World War II movie. You know, I mean, his old. Here he is. There's Pop. For a second, there was Pop.
Yep.
There
Talking about the baguette.
Right.
They like their bread. Oh, there's a bunch of PHSs in that cabinet.
Right. That's his previous work as an artist. The father filming other families on vacation. He branched out. Oh, here's some of this. This is what I was talking about before. Here's some of their stuffed animals and toys and stuff in a room. And Pascal is saying, remember these? This is when we grew up. We had these dolls, you know. He's explaining each one. And there's some in the cabinet there. We're going to have to bring Viva in to help us translate this.
Yeah, I know. What's up with this? He should have been here.
That's his old drum set. He was a drummer. She's showing him his old drum set. I guess they're going to take that up to the country.
I guess.
Yeah, this furniture looks like a World War II movie or something. I think the Nazis were in there living there for a while when they occupied Paris. These are his toys as a child. So, you know, it's a very emotional thing because they're coming to the end of their lives, Eric, the parents, and they're retiring to northern France, to the countryside. Oh, this is some local kids. Yeah, this is now look who's moving into town. That's why they're leaving. Gentrification. These are the Algerians. Right. These are neighborhood Jews who live next door, because you'll see, I think some sort of religious, unless they're Turkish people. I forget. Because I looked at photo in the back with some sort of religious scholar. The one over the guy's head. I don't know if these are Turks or Algerians. But you really get a look inside this French culture, which is I was enamored with at the time when I found the video. Okay, so if we could move out of France, I think we go to the next one. Bye-bye. Okay, this.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. This is their place in the countryside. This is interesting. This is their shed. This is where they've put all of his stuff. Now, he's a photographer, and this is his brother showing the French soccer team and all the different collection of toys that they had, and now they've moved it up to northern France. In a town of 2,600 called Montreal, where a guy named Victor Hugo wrote a book called Les Miserables. This is where they're living. And that little doll had his face in it. She got it at the 99-cent store, she's saying. See that? She put his face into that bobblehead. Yeah, she's hitting. That's a bobblehead, Eric. She got that at the 99-cent store. With his face, she put his photo in there. Nicholas. Nicholas right there.
Voilà, c'est un nouveau petit cabanon avec la chaussure que Raymond m'avait acheté. Que ses parents ont monté.
All right.
Ton père et moi qui l'ai monté. Ils en ont bavé. Oh oui, oui. Voilà.
Okay, this is more the countryside. I mean, this place is beautiful. So they move up there. They move out of Paris. He's in Hollywood trying to make it. Oh yeah, here's some of the figurines. This is cool. There's some of the Disney crap and other stuff. I mean, he's got all kinds of other stuff in there. Look how many figurines he's got, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. Look at that's from Toy Story, right?
Yep, and the Smurfs.
Right, because he wants to be an artist. There's the Luke character, the one with the white hat. Oh. That one. Oh, that's Toy Story, right? Okay,
so he's an animator.
He's a photographer, but he wants to work for Disney. I think he's an animator. I'm not really sure what his ultimate goal is. He does have a series of gallery shows, I found out, in LA of his photography. That's really gritty. And I found out that he did have a couple of shows. Okay, so they're showing him. There's Elvis. You could see that he's enamored with American pop culture is what the point is of this story right here. Right. Okay. So let's move forward from here. Now, this is okay. This is the town. This is going to be important later because this is where they moved. This is Montreal, and not the Montreal where Viva used to escape from. This is the original Montreal in outside of in France. 2,600 people, just a little village where Victor Hugo wrote Les Mis. This is their car, their French mobile. Look at this. Look how great this is. I have a friend, I'm not going to say who it is, who recently bought a farm around here. And he's asked me if I want to come visit him, which I am going to do. And I'm going to go to this town. That place there, go back for a second. Just, forget it. You don't have to go back. That just said a place where you can rest your horses and yourself. Nice. It translates. That's his grandmother. That's his grandmother, Eric. I'll explain all this as we go forward. I just want people to see the visuals because I'm not just showing you this for no reason. This is going to be explained. Stick with me here. This is kind of interesting. All right, so we see the town. We get that. I mean, in a perfect world, Eric and I could have spent hours editing down a little segment of this thing, but we don't have the time. So we will put this on locals for you guys to look at your leisure because there's so much footage. And I'm trying to give you the main beats of the story here. All right. Okay, now, this is the boat. She's now visiting Hollywood again, the mother. And he's now living on this boat in Marina del Rey, which people do. People do that. Okay, check him out now. This is where I was going with this. Look at this guy's head. Check him out. He's got a shaved head. He's showing her the boat. This is where he lives. He's wearing it. Look at him walking around. Look at his gait. Study how he's walking now. You're starting to see a different person. There's a lot of boats there. This is, yeah. Oh, it's beautiful down there, but it can get cold in the winter. That's for sure. It is chilly. Like she goes on there, he takes her off. I mean, the way she touches him and everything. Okay, what is this? The inside of the boat. This is where he's living. This is where the guy's living. He's sleeping back there. I mean, this is what's, somebody he knows has that boat and is letting him crash there. That's what it means. He lost wherever he was living before, and he is now a step away from being homeless, Eric. If you see where I'm going with this, because you know what I mean. He's obviously lost his apartment.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of being on somebody else's couch.
Exactly, it's our version of that. And if you know people who have a boat, you know this is one way to survive in Hollywood, and there's a lot of other ways. I mean, there's the Cato Kalin way, Eric, where you're in the guest house. That's an entire lifestyle too, of people who just let you crash in their guest house, aka Cato Kalin. This is right around here. This is Silver Lake and Los Feliz. It's kind of where I found the box. So we're kind of working backwards, Eric. You know what I mean? We're kind of working towards modern.
Sure.
2005, 2000.
Closing the gap.
Yeah. There's a Hollywood sign, obviously. Hotel Roosevelt. Back to the Marina Basin again. Somebody's coming back. That's a nice boat. Look at that. Wow.
I think it's Corolla who said that boat means you're at the top of the world or the bottom.
Oh, that's really appropriate for today. Yeah. Wow. Great one. Yeah. This one's at the bottom. But, you know, as his life is beginning to disintegrate and the mother doesn't skip a beat, you know, the love of this mother is on it. Okay. There's his caddy. There it is. That's what I want to show you. He's getting in that caddy and she's there. The father's obviously filming this. What is that? Is that an 88 Coupe de Ville? Okay, check this out. They go out to Venice Beach and you're going to see the scene in Venice. And you're not going to see homeless, by the way. Just saying like that. Which this is a typical, in the 90s, this was a typical day in Venice Beach, you know, drum circle and some other crazy crap going on out there.
Gotta be careful about music.
Yeah. It's just Muzak though, right, Eric? I mean,
I don't know.
Even Muzak could be a copyright infringement, right?
Sure.
But some of it is like of Elvis music and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Even though it's, oh yeah, you're right. You're probably right. Okay, just jump forward if you can a little bit. I think we get the idea. LAPD is watching over it. A lot of helicopter shots. Now, this is, okay, what is this here? I think they're going, oh, this must be France. This must be back to France. Yeah, yeah. Oh, no, I think, hold on. No, this is a hotel. There he is. Okay, this is interesting. They're now on the road. This is where they went to the Grand Canyon. They went to Vegas, and he's now going with them again. This is a hotel room where they're staying in Williams, Nevada, I think it is, or Williams, Arizona, near the Grand Canyon, some small town near the Grand Canyon, Eric. You'd probably know this better than me.
Not sure. I mean,
okay,
Kingman or something. I don't know.
Yeah, near there. But what I'm trying to show you is a guy. You know, this is, we could jump forward from here. This is the hotel room. This is, I think, New York, back in here, slot machines. Okay, now they're getting closer to northern Arizona, Eric.
Okay.
This is where you would go as a kid, I presume.
Not really, but yeah.
You didn't go up there or no?
No, not really. I mean, it's 5+ hours away.
Right, but I'm saying didn't you go anywhere in Arizona? You just...
We wouldn't go that far out of town. Nah.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right.
We didn't have a bungalow colony.
It's really sad. Really sad you had to live like that.
Yeah.
McDonald's, okay.
Okay. I'm gonna start skipping.
Yeah, you could jump forward. You could jump. Yeah, there he is. You could jump around. You're going to see basic sites that everybody's seen off the 40 there. One of these villages, tourist traps. Oh, they go into these caves. I think I was there. Well, I want to get to the last DVD if we can do that.
We're on the.
Is this the final one or?
It's the second DVD. So.
Right. Is there the last one or?
There was only two. So.
Okay. Right. Okay. Right. The end of this. Yeah. Okay. So this, obviously, the Walk of Fame, the crazy, different thing. This guy's always there. These are regular people who work there all the time. Shake you down, take a photo, and charge you $20. There's a typical scene there. Okay. There's a Sesame. There's the racist Sesame Street duck, currently under indictment. Okay, this is. Oh, here's Pink's. Okay, this is a famous place. Okay,
2005.
Hold it right there. Hold it right there. Freeze that. Now I'm going to get into the story. Freeze that right there. Stay right there. Don't go any further. Okay. So in the storyline, I start to go through these, and like I said, I start to get enamored by the guy's closeness to me. Right. So at this point in the story, I see that Figaro thing with him, and that is right down the street from me. And I freak out, and I jump in put on my clothing, and I run down the street, literally running. And before I left, I took a picture of that off my screen with my cell phone, and I ran down the street, and I went into Cafe Figaro, and I said, "Have you seen this guy?" to a waitress outside, and she was French, and she said, "Go inside and ask Elizabeth or someone." So I go inside, and there's a young French girl in her 30s. And I said, "Do you know this guy?" And she says, "Yes, that is Nicholas. He is a lost soul. He's addicted to opium, and he has lost his apartment, and now he's homeless, and he doesn't work here anymore. He was here a week ago." And she starts crying. And I'm just like, oh my God, what did I stumble into here? And she starts sobbing, saying, "Yes, he's lost. His dreams have been broken." And I went, "That's where it comes from." So I said, "Well, here's my number. If you see him, please call me." So she said, "I will." So anyway, I go home, and now I'm like completely spooked because he's so close by, and he was there like a week before.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, he got fired for being addicted. And if you go back, just show that footage for 1 second. That's why I wanted to show you this footage of him. If you let that run, I think he was in it before. If you back up a little bit, this is like this. Oh no, you had it right. Keep going forward. Yeah, that was good. That's Pink, after Pink's. Keep going forward. There we go. All right, let this run for a second because this is like the Zapruder film. Okay. Yeah, there's the cafe. He is cleaning the window of the cafe. That's him right there with the black shirt. He's cleaning the window. He's got long hair now, again. And now he's doing something there. He's going to come back from there towards the street. Here he is. Okay, take a look at this because he's waving and, okay, he stumbles off a little from the curb. He's walking around. He's trying to get.
Oh, wow.
There it was. He's high as a kite here. That's why I wanted to show this. He's high as a kite.
Wow.
Right. And the mother does not ever bat an eye about any of it, of her love for him. Look at him. That's someone who's high on heroin. And that's the corner from Cafe Figaro, right a little bit towards the corner. Again, this is now 10 years of him working in these restaurants we're seeing. This is 2007. You know what I mean? This is we started 10 years before this.
Mm-hmm.
This is a side shot of him. He's hunched over. I mean, look, this is a guy, we saw him earlier as a stronger man. Okay, so all right, so we're good there. Let me see if you go a little bit more forward there. I just want to tell you what happens to this guy. That's her. Yeah, that's more cars in the neighborhood. The dad is fascinated. Yeah, that thing. I used to see that all the time. Then they stay at the Hotel Bonaventure downtown, which is a pretty high modern hotel in downtown LA. But nevertheless, the point of the matter is that he hooks up with a girl, which we're going to see. I don't know if we passed it. He has a girlfriend, and they go out to Malibu, and he's got this girlfriend that is with him, and he is. Oh, this is right here. That's oh wow, that's the sunset. Yeah, they're shooting a movie here. This is a self-realization fellowship out in Pacific Palisades, this place here. Oh, this is Malibu. This is what I was getting at. Let this run for a second. This is out in Malibu. You'll see. I wanted you to show the girlfriend because they're walking on the cliffs together. It's really dangerous. Yeah, this is Matador Beach. All these places, I kind of know every single one of these places. That's the girlfriend. That's the mother. That's what's known as El Matador Beach at the end of PCH, the end of Malibu. Not much commercial stuff there, sort of an empty beach. I think she's smoking. I think she's an actress. That's an abandoned lifeguard station. This is the two of them going out. And there's Nicholas. There's the love of his life. And this is going to come into play in a second. That's why I wanted to show you this. It's the only footage we have of her. There's the mom. She seems to look the same in every picture. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she is the same as we saw.
Steady.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah, especially if you're high as F. You know, I mean, she's got a pocketbook out there, but so many people get washed away. It's just ridiculous. People, you know what it is? They take a selfie and they go, step back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you're into the drink. It's a little rugged there. And there he is. Now, this is like in the videos, this is like their fourth or fifth time coming to visit him. You know what I mean? She puts down the pocketbook.
Is she a junkie too?
I don't know anything about her except that she's going to come into play in the story where we will learn a little bit. I don't think she is. In fact, that's why the box is out there. Remember, the box is put out in front of 1955 Mariposa for a reason, which we're going to come full circle. We'll post the whole article. It's a really long article that I did, but we'll post the whole thing so you can read it. I kind of made it like a movie script because of the DVDs. I wrote it like a script. Wow, it's gorgeous out there. So I think this is the end of the last video, right? Because it looks like a 3 hour and 20. Yeah, okay, this is interesting here. This is the very end. You'll see the girlfriend with the mom and maybe her kid. I'm not really sure what the deal is here. This is where I think she lives, and I believe this is 1955 Mariposa, where we found the box. Okay, this is, I think, in Pacific Palisades. He loves birds, this guy. Likes filming birds. All right, you can move a little. Okay, here he's taking out the garbage.
Just what you want to film.
No, but I'm saying you could see that you know he's doing these chores with the mom. She never leaves his side. She locks the gate. He's kicking the thing. Look how he's walking, Eric. Look how he's walking.
Kind of a shuffling.
Right. That's why I wanted to show that. Look how he's standing. This is the back of that house, and he's sitting over there. This is, I believe, the house which we will find in front the box of broken dreams, and that's why this whole thing is leading up to this very end of the videos here. She's enjoying Hollywood. This is I think how she's living in the guest room for her stay. and I think she's about to leave to go back to France. He now has lost his car, and he rides to work on that bicycle. No more car. That's gone. That bicycle becomes his transportation. What you're seeing is the decay of a human being. Look at him. This is the decay of a man who's now sitting in the kitchen of that house in 1955 Mariposa. The mother doesn't bat an eye. He probably can't wait till they leave. I mean, I've had my parents visit me here in Hollywood. I couldn't wait till they left. She loves the kitchen, though. It's really... Can you turn up the French dialogue or no? Does that have music on it, or just so the people can hear a little bit?
C'est lui qui l'a fait.
Ah, great,
Et puis
great.
voilà, la cuisine est aménagée, comme vous voyez. Bon, maintenant, je vais vous faire visiter sa chambre. Bon, voilà, ça, c'est sa chambre. Bon, pour l'instant, c'est nous qui dormons ici, mais c'est le lit à Nicolas. Sa penderie. Voilà, sa belle penderie qui va jusqu'au bout, comme ça, là. Bon, la petite vache, c'est à un moment qui va l'emmener, qui va prendre l'avion.
We'll bring Viva
Voilà,
in
ça,
next
c'est son
Friday.
bureau.
Have him translate this part.
Là, c'est le bureau à Nicolas.
Avec la photo de maman, papa et de mes mères.
Voilà, nous sommes là en photo. Là, il a ses petits
I think that's the grandparents there.
Voilà.
There's a map of Paris. So you see the trappings of his past in France.
La grand-mère.
Paris, le plan de Paris et ses monuments. Et son ticket de métro, un ticket de métro neuf que sa maman lui a amené. Bon, là, c'est nos valises qui vont se préparer pour demain. Voilà. Voilà sa petite chambre, très jolie, qui donne sur le jardin.
She speaks French
Bon,
really well.
ensuite, on va suivre la suite de la visite.
Oh, there's some homies up there. I see some homies.
Pour moi, tu prends ton temps, hein.
There's some homies, Eric.
C'est toi.
Bon, voici la salle de bain qui est très jolie, qui me plaît beaucoup. Voilà, avec son beau petit tapis, c'est là son lavabo.
Okay, let's see if we can move a little forward here.
Quand vous prenez la douche, vous fermez ça. Taille à tous.
Okay. Oh, great. Okay.
Et là, c'est la rue où maman va
That's
au
Silver Lake.
99.
By the way, that street that you're seeing there, up that street is where Elliott Smith lost his life. Right there, up that street. It's
Right
all
in that
coming
area?
together. Go ahead. The people who know Hollywood. Oh, she's now taking some mass transit. Okay. She's going to the subway and some other stuff happens here. But I think that's good. Okay.
All right.
That's it?
I mean, it goes to the top, unless you have something.
Let me see. Just go a little forward. We got. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Okay. We're good. So let me just tell you what happens here, because I wanted to get back into the article itself. Because okay, so there's this little blue book, and in the blue book is an inscription, which I'm going to read, and then we're going to get into a little bit more of this thing here. And it says, "Dear Nico, here's the little book you requested. You've come a long way. You make the incredible possible. Now that you've actually gotten this far, I don't think you even have to read this book. I can't believe the 360-degree turn you've made. It's all I ever wanted when we were together, and now we're apart, but we still have a part of each other. Never forget, I think of you still and wonder how it would be now. I do miss your company and insights in life, I admit. Who knows? I hope that we remain close always. But I don't doubt it." And it's signed in 2005 by Tori Amos, shown here in this photo, who apparently had some relationship with Nico. And Nico's name is Nicolas Garnier, by the way. And I have a close friend named Tony Garnier, who is the bass player for Dylan, who's a French Cajun. So Garnier, is a common French name. And I don't know what Tori Amos's background is, but she autographed this book that I could show you the inscription here. If you see, it's a little hard to see, but this was also part of the investigation that I did trying to figure out this entire story and what was happening. And I stumbled onto that part of it. And I'll just read this to you because it may be easier to understand. I decided to write a letter to the restaurant seen in the last video. That was the one in Montreal, Eric, that one we saw there. So I didn't know what to do because I couldn't find the guy. And somebody had told me he had made it back to France. And so I said, okay, how can I find him in France? So I framed that sign in that town of that restaurant, and I wrote a letter to the restaurant. And I wrote a letter to the restaurant seen in the last video, last known address, and also to the last known address for the Garnier family in Paris. One Saturday morning, this is months later, Eric. Mm-hmm. One Saturday morning, I awoke to find this email message on my computer. And it says, this is out of the blue. I mean, this is long past this story. My name is Nicholas Garnier. Let's talk, Nico. And because I had forgotten this whole thing. And all of a sudden I get this email message from France, which I still have. I stared at the screen in disbelief. I leaned back and tried to visualize the day I'd found the box. It seemed like such a long time ago. I wrote back to Nicholas and explained who I was and what I was doing. Regarding the box, he wrote, and I'm going to read this because it's him. And that's why it's important to the viewers. Quote, when I left my stuff on the street, I was staying at my girlfriend's down the street on Alexandria. Women, life in LA, epic. Okay. In late October, I received a package containing a CD with Nicholas's art, photos, haunting takes of Skid Row, and its surroundings. I asked Nicholas if he had prints of the photos he'd sent me. He told me to contact a girlfriend here in Los Angeles and that she would have the prints. I called her on the phone with the number, Eric, and told her that Nicholas had said, when Nicholas had said, there was a long pause. Quote, why would he say I have them? She asked. And I said, I don't know. He just gave me your name and number and said, you have the prints. There was another long pause. And then she said, a lot of people have them, softly. And I said, okay, but do you have them? I pressed. There was another uncomfortable pause, Eric. Everyone has them now because I put them out in the street in a box with all his stuff. And I saw people picking through the box. She replied with polite but repressed anger, Eric. I asked if she was his girlfriend. It was getting very awkward. She said ex-girlfriend. She said pointedly. She then told me that she would make some phone calls on my behalf to try to secure the prints. I was trying to get these prints so I could put them in another article to follow up, with the LA Weekly.
Sure.
And I never heard back from her ever again. Around Christmas time, in response to some questions from me, Nicholas emailed me again. He wrote that the difficult time with his girlfriend, and I'm quoting, quote, was a transition period for me trying to get away from restaurant jobs and moving up to something I care about. We were living together for 3 months at her place, but I knew she doesn't like a man who doesn't have control on his life. That period of no jobs and no money got on her nerves, so she kicked me out. I guess to test my ability to survive, and there's about 5 exclamation points. So what happened in that story was I found that box at that exact moment, Eric, that she kicked him to the curb, right, and literally put the box on the curb. And she knows that people go, that's why she said his prints are everywhere, but they weren't in that box. So somebody did take the prints, the photographs and the art from there. Somebody before me got to those because I didn't have those. And she said everyone has them. That's what she meant dramatically. So I don't know what her role is as an artist or an actress. I don't know what her thing is, but Nicholas said he's currently living in Toulouse, working on a friend's house, doing temp work in restaurants. He stopped doing hard drugs 2 years ago. This was later on when I hooked up with him. He stopped doing hard drugs 2 years ago and no longer drinks, but he still smokes pot. His mom as well, but his quote, my dad passed away this past April at 69 years of age. I asked him about his dreams, why he had come here. Now, this is why I did this whole story, this final quote, and this will be, where we can get out of here. I asked him about the dreams, why he had come here, and he went, quote, the future. This is what he said, the future. America always looked to me. America always looked to me. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. America always looked to me as a country in the making regarding human experience on Earth, always trying, never knowing, just going forward, and the people power as an individual. Sorry. Is the greatest on Earth. The spirit is there, definitely. Nicholas added that he was arranging for a visa and hoped to be back in LA in February and March. I can't wait to meet him. I never met him again. I never met him the first time. And, this was through, obviously through emails and letters and stuff like that. I assume he's still in France. I don't know if he ever made it back here. But his love of America is what I was getting at. And it really choked me up. It really did. I mean, because all we've been through, since then.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
By the way, we got 25,000 subscribers, folks, which is amazing.
I'm sorry. Yeah. But anyway, that's why I got into the story. It was just very emotional, because of where we were in 2009 and where we are now.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry.
All right. So this is the most unusual episode we've ever done.
Okay.
Great story. Definitely will put it up
read
on
the
locals.
Story. I didn't. It's hard for me to do justice to the story. It's a long article. I put a lot of work into it. It was a cover story. It got some awards, and we're going to post it on locals, the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay. It's okay.
It's your fault, man.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I didn't even want to go back into this story, and I started reading it this morning, and I just teared up at the end that I was reading it again. I hadn't read it in a long time. It's been 13 years. But
good news. I have no soul, so cash can help me feel better. Pasha.
DVDs are rare. DVDs are
especially from the 1970s. Nice joke there.
So is VHS.
It's okay to super chat. Thank you so much, Dan. And Pasha, again, thank you for this. We're with you.
Thanks, Pasha. Thank you.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
No, I mean, it was,
oh, my God, Georgina, you're such a sweetheart.
Yeah, a lot of people like this story. Thank you.
She really is.
There's a lot of letters that we'll put up who read it, of people who, and I got nominated for an award for this, but the letters that people wrote were very touching to the paper, after it came out.
I believe it.
Yeah.
That says a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Laurie.
Thank you.
I don't want to be a bummer. I mean, it's just.
No, I mean, it's uplifting because the guy lived. I mean, I'm sitting here going through this going.
No.
I was waiting for you to say that he picked him up. He left the restaurant. He didn't make it. No. But it's like he lived. So
he's
half of this is
now.
relief.
He's fine. He's fine now. But you saw, like I said, you saw this decaying going on. And usually, if Hollywood will kill people, as we're coming, God bless you. Thank you. He knows what I'm talking about. The crossover. Yeah, I mean, Hollywood will kill people. And that's the point of the story. That's what that box represented. When I mean broken dreams, I mean broken dreams, broken lives. This town will kill you. It will kill rock stars. It has killed many people. When we, jocularly talk about this. Thank you, John. When we talk about this laughingly about the death of Marilyn Monroe and the death of all those people, there's a reason that this town kills. I mean, it is a pagan, dark place. And, I have, been in the underbelly of it for a long time. And if you want to read a good book, I'll tell you right now, check out this book by John Gilmore, Laid Bare. He was a friend of James Dean and a lot of other people. And it's a fantastic book about the underbelly in Hollywood, going back to the 60s. And other people have covered it, but John Gilmore is a fantastic writer. Thank you, Anita. Thank you.
I think what's touching about that, though, is he's not a celebrity.
Right.
He's us.
Right.
He's
right.
He's everybody. He didn't make it through. He didn't persevere. He didn't get to happen to get the
But that's 99% of the people who come
more
here.
than that. That's
right.
99.999.
This guy grew up with this dream to come here from Paris. And the dream didn't happen. And he almost lost his life from that dream. And he was able to make it back alive, which I find to be quite heroic. You know, that he quit heroin, that he quit using drinking, and he's now living in the countryside in France. He was one of the lucky ones. Now, everybody's not so lucky.
And the chat demands.
That merch dog had to go to rehab, and now he's back. He's back out.
Yeah, but you know what? Pets, Oswald is selling, okay?
Right.
There was 2 Oswalds sold right in the last show.
Is that true?
Yeah, and I'll get Mark with some aggravation. Something came in the mail today.
What?
I don't know what this.
Oh my God! Look, listen. Everybody's got the book except me because I don't have enough PayPal funding. The PayPal gets me all these books. I mean, it's really a great operation. I mean, I'm addicted to books. The PayPal, if you send 5, 10, 50, whatever you send, it all goes into the book fund from PayPal or Venmo. So Hunley's now got the book and I don't. Thank you, Anthony. So the book, the General Walker book, is going to hopefully lead to a documentary about General Walker that I'm working on, or we'll be working on with Robert Barnes and some other people here in Hollywood. I mean, that's, but we're going to.
The ones who did make it.
Right. I will probably go to Texas and shoot it outside of Dallas. I'll be in.
Nice.
Thank you. I'll be in Texas the 15th of
August,
scouting some locations and different places about the JFK assassination on the 15th of August. But I think the feds are watching. Fantastic. Thank you. The books are helpful. They really are. I mean, joining locals is really helpful because we post a lot of this stuff.
Yes.
I don't know.
Hold on.
Hunley's in charge.
I have 4 channels. Okay.
Right.
This channel is split.
Right.
100% Mark and me. Locals is 50% Mark and me. So, I mean, it is complete 50-50. Just so folks know.
I gotta trust Hunley. He's in charge. Never met him. I've never met him. No, thank you. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.
It is ironic we haven't met in person, but
it's two men crying on a YouTube channel. How bad can this get?
I was fine, dude. I was perfectly fine. I woke up. I came here. I
got really choked up. I'm sorry. Thank you,
Knuckle Fist.
Hello, Nico. Nico, if you're watching this, this is a great heroic story.
You know what? I hope you actually send a link to him in the email. I don't know if he'll get the email or see it. But
it's from a number of years ago. I don't.
Yeah, but I have my email's 20.
No, I will. I definitely will. No, I will reach out. Thank you, Ziggy.
Oh, you got a delivery you got to sign for coming from her.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Ziggy is our resident artiste. I mean, jeez. Oh man.
Sorry, Eric.
Well, you guys are being. I mean, wow. It's like.
In a way,
we're not doing this to get super chats.
No.
Love the super chats.
I'm not happy about crying on camera, but I mean, I've been an actor, and I'm not acting. I mean, I get really choked up over this stuff. Like I said the other day, I didn't know how much I love this country until they try to take it away, Eric. I just took everything for granted in the United States. I really did. And now it's become, so Ralph knows. I was a friend, rode my bike to work, school days downtown. Right. Yeah, it's doable. It's definitely doable. I mean, the place is now a war zone, but
September.
We'll get to that. Yeah. We'll get to that operation. Jenny's getting inky about it. Finally, a story with no gay. What was that? Oh, I see. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Well, we got Frenchmen in there, so we can do the best we can. You rock. Thanks, Wayne. There's a lot of great footage.
That's right, Chris.
Eric can chop on you without crying. We're going to put all the DVDs. It's 4-hour set of DVDs.
It's 6 hours, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry, take that back. It's 6 hours of DVDs. I'm sorry, Eric. And you can watch them on Locals, and I really recommend you watch them. It's really emotional. I didn't have the ability to really sit and edit it into.
I had no time to.
We had no time to do that.
Literally.
I'm sorry it's so haphazard today. But it was the only way we can do this was to send a DVD copy to Eric and just take little segments of it. So I tried to keep it as a linear timeline, which I think worked. But you can look at all of them on locals when we post them, is all I'm saying,
For sure.
And hopefully, we'll be able to generate some support on locals. Good job catching on. Love this, John. Thank you, John. Thank you. It's not all JFK is what I'm saying. I look, the book on Amazon. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody keeps saying that.
Wow. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you very much.
Thank you. What is the two hands in there and the super sticker? The books are on, wherever you can get them from. But what I'm saying is the locals thing has all these documents that I like to put up there, but we're not a JFK channel. So you may not get things in your feed like this, right, Eric?
No.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's not, we're not JFK. I mean, I didn't sign up for that. I mean, I know.
We're also not Alec Baldwin. I mean,
right.
We're not any particular. Yeah.
I mean, I've got a lot of I've been a journalist for a long time. I've got a lot of stories like this, folks, that we're going to go through. So strap yourself in. This is not the only one. We're going to do a lot of, we'll do each individual person in the JFK thing, which is fine.
Ray J is right.
That's right. And great story behind that's really the story behind the story. Unknown people who have amazing stories of courage that you never heard about. That's why this story was so important to people here in LA. And people read it in Europe and France and commented on it too. I mean, it is a human story, of struggle and trying to get by. But stop it, Chris. That's terrible. That's terrible.
Oh.
You watch the super chats go through the right through the.
Well, hey, they did. It's kind of like, well, okay.
No. Huntley's going to cry every week now. We're just going to bring him out.
Hey, you know what? I'm trying to get an honorary membership into the tribe.
Right. No, but I'm sorry. When I look back at it, the reason I revisited was that American angle to it. How the dreams of people around the world to come here was so strong back then. I don't know what's going on now. We're obviously in a very turbulent time. And we're in an incredible revolutionary period right now around the world. But this guy had a dream to come here to this country, like millions and millions of other people, our grandparents' parents. That's why people come here. That's why these stories are so important. We're not Albania. We're not Canada. God bless them. Mm-hmm. We're not Australia, and we're not France. And there's a difference. And I personally, forget about I took a lot of this for granted growing up here. My parents are born here. My grandparents are born here. So, I mean, a lot of this stuff, the structure of the United States, I took for granted. I thought it was impervious to being taken down. And a lot of us are now realizing that we were wrong, that we took a lot of this stuff for granted. And this story is indicative of the human spirit of why people have come here for 200 years. That's why I wanted to do this story. I'm sorry I got emotional about it, but a lot has happened lately, So if that helps you tonight.
Well, dude, if I was living in LA, I'd be crying every day.
Yeah, I am crying. I know you're laughing now, but I have shed a lot of tears here recently. And it's a really dark period here. I mean, it's dark everywhere, but here in particular, and I've lived here, since the mid 90s, Eric. I've only lived in two cities in my life, and that's New York City and here. And both cities seem like Dresden now in World War II. In terms of cultural bombing and physical destruction and everything else. I mean, I can't go back and I can't really stay here. I mean, and a lot of people, all you see is U-Haul trucks being rented every week here, people fleeing on foot. Like after the Northridge earthquake here in LA, you saw a line of trucks on the 10 U-Haul trucks leaving because of the earthquake. Well, this is an emotional, physical, spiritual, and political earthquake that has happened not only here, but these epicenters around the country. San Francisco, New York, Philadelphia, Chicago. I mean, these are the major cities.
This is self-inflicted. That's what pisses
Absolutely
me off.
Self-inflicted.
I mean, an earthquake is one thing, but
I was saying it was a political earthquake. It was a political earthquake. Was the analogy I was trying to make. This is and I appreciate people like Barnes who's fighting the good fight, defending Alex Jones down in Texas. I mean, we have got to start fighting back and doing something about this. Enough analysis, enough complaining, enough sitting on your ass. This is not going to go well unless we get up and do something about this and start to think about how this works. But I hope this story inspires people to not take the country for granted. What was given to us so freely can be taken away. I mean, we're not being invaded from the outside, which may still happen, but this is internal and we got to deal with it, folks. We just got to deal with it.
You got invites to Florida, to Texas.
I'll be down the 15th. So see you in Dallas. All right.
Wow. Okay. Well, folks, this has been amazing. We've got Tuesday. Is it going to be Abraham Bolton?
I don't know. Probably. Yeah. Probably.
All right. Well, until then, we're going to go through a little bit of emotional recovery, and everyone.
I have to go to rehab right after the show, so
probably. Yeah. Thank you so much. And I mean, it means a lot that we hit the 25,000. Right, it's wonderful to share kind of a personal story of Mark's, and I look forward to the future and hopefully less painful stories or results. So everybody, good night and thank you so much.